How's it going, everybody? My name is Blake. For those of you who know me, it's been a while. For those of you who don't know me, well, it's still been a while because, yeah, I mean, however old you are today to now would be the first time you've actually seen my face or heard of me. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump into this video. I wanted to talk about relationships. It applies to friendships, and so whenever you hear me just say relationships, just know that I'm talking about the general concept of relationships and not just specifically romantic relationships, as friendships and your families are just as important as your romantic relationships. So without further ado, I don't do editing, by the way, so we're just going to have to run it in one take. That's right. So one of the first things that I want to talk about, hopefully without saying too many times, is how to make a relationship meaningful, how to add substance to said relationship, and how to actually coach someone through the problems and hardships that you will have through a relationship. So the first part is how to establish a relationship. What you do is you just do normal everyday things. Most of us know how to do this. Most of us are actually so good at this that we don't know how to dive deeper because we're scared to dive deeper in fear of losing other people. So what that means is we're all really good at socializing online with our friends, whether it be playing video games, text messaging, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it might be. And then obviously going to the movies, theme parks, and things like this. We're all, like I said, very good at these kind of, they're not all surface level, but they're generally surface level, as we tend to live more so in the moment versus actually trying to take the time to get to know people during these moments, unless of course you're in a dating environment, which most of that time is spent hopefully trying to learn a little bit about that person, so you kind of have a basis on where you'd like to go from there. With that said, the second part comes where you start asking real questions, life questions, deep questions about things that have meaning. Now, that can get a little dicey because not everybody's ready for everything that people have to offer, and you're not necessarily wrong for not wanting to hear people's troubles, but all in the same, just remember, if somebody trusts you enough to talk to you about their troubles, that shouldn't be taken for granted, because that actually is an important level of trust, and not everybody gets to that point with people. So it's important to at least respect that, and then maybe tell someone like later, hey, that got a little heavy for me, whatever it might be. Now the third level is the part where most of the work of everything I'm talking about is actually coming to be, and the coaching part of this, and the leniency and understanding. So that comes with pissing somebody off. When you piss someone off, it's important, if you're the person that gets pissed off, to announce that you were pissed off. Tell that person how to fix said problem. And the most important thing I feel that gets left out, I feel like doesn't ever get mentioned, if I'm being honest, is to coach them through this problem, to be there alongside them while they try to fix these things. As we see, addicts can't heal without help. We see kids can't do math without teachers. People can't do martial arts without coaches. You know, most of us can't even solve our own problems without therapy. So when you look at this, it shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that you might have to help somebody that you're with and coach them through what has upset you. Now, this could be upsetting to some because you feel like they should just get it the first time. Now, with that said, I want to give you an example. As a martial arts coach, if I were to show anyone watching this that has never done a 1-2 in their life, just normal jab straight in their whole life, if I showed you how to do this and I came at you with the same level of expectation that most of us would lend our partners, friends, and families, you would think I'm a really bad coach because you can't do it the first time. Now, I know this because I've taught so many people this normal 2-punch combination. I know that it is not simple to do things that you've never done in your life. No matter how simple they may look, no matter how simple they may sound. Not everything is so simple that after the first explanation, not after the first time you've mentioned that you're upset by this, that you'll fix it. Now, it's not to say, a year later and 30 times of you doing the same thing, where people are like belittling each other and being aggressive or passive aggressive, or, these more of what I'm kind of talking about are like honest mistakes. People that do things on accident, not people that make you feel like less of a person on a day-to-day basis. This is something that's for another completely different topic, probably far out of my realm, honestly. I don't feel like anyone should be stuck being unhappy. That's all I'm going to say. So with that said, I almost said it. So it's really important that we coach the people that we care about, not because we think we're smarter or better than them. And it's very important to try to be a good coach and not be condescending and not come off as pretentious or like we're better than them. This is kind of a fine line that you walk in helping someone that you know, but you'll get a better understanding of them. They'll get a better understanding of you, and also how to prevent things like this from further happening. It's important that we reassure them when they're doing good things, that they know they're doing good things. Believe it or not, positive reinforcement is a thing. It exists, and it's great. Because if you're coaching yourself, you don't know if you're doing the right things. You can only hope. And you never want to be walking on eggshells with anyone you know that you care about, because it's such a terrible feeling to be afraid of someone, to feel uncomfortable around someone, to feel like, when am I going to mess up again? That's never the point any of us want to get to. That's not a point you should get to. And if that is the case, there are obviously some things going on. So when I speak of coaching, though, it's not, don't do that. And then you just like watch them and harp on them, They're going to slip up again, more than likely. Especially if it's an honest mistake, they will more than likely slip up again. And that's normal. You just have to be there. You have to address it again. Hey, today you did that thing. And hopefully the reaction you get is like, oh, damn it. Like an honest, serious response. Okay, I still need to work on this. Because much like the 1-2, I can't teach it to you overnight. It takes hours of me telling you how to do it. It takes hours of me correcting your footwork, correcting every little thing to hit that point where it's flawless, to where it's habitual. That's the level that you want to coach your partners to. You want to help coach them, or your family or your friends. You want to coach them to a level where they're not scared around you, because your relationship is so harmonious and so understood and so conducive to each other that it's effortless, it's habitual, it's meaningful, but it doesn't take tons of effort all the time. It does take effort, but it shouldn't take effort constantly. And it's up to us to work with the people we know and care about to split these efforts. It doesn't mean you made the mistake. It just means that you realize that you might make a mistake one day, and you would hope that they would grant you that level of understanding and that level of leniency, because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect, and I think it's super important that we all, in all of our relationships, come together, assuming they are a conducive relationship, come together, coach each other, and fix the things that we're working on, fix the things that we're struggling with. And if they can't be fixed, it's okay. Not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. That's fine. If you see the effort, acknowledge it. If you don't see the effort, it might be time to walk away. And there's nothing wrong with that, because like I said, nobody deserves to be unhappy. Nobody is obligated to stick around with anybody. And I think I only said like 6 times. I didn't count, but we're hoping. Somebody will probably post an counter. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching this. Hopefully, I can bring some positivity into people's lives. Hopefully, I can help people with relationships, whether they be friendships or anything that might be struggling. I would love to, hear people's feedback, maybe what they want to hear me talk about next. I do have tons and tons of opinions up in here, thanks to the current state of the world. We're all stuck inside, so What else is there to do? Am I right? Anyway, much love to everybody. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope to see you guys on my next video, hopefully.